The settlement numbers used in my examples are just examples. Every case is different. I'm using numbers to help you understand the process. I'm not talking about your case. And just because I'm discussing settlement numbers doesn't mean that your case will definitely settle. It's unlikely, but possible, that we may recover nothing in your case. Therefore, we highly recommend that you do not think about how you will spend whatever monies you may receive as a result of your case. For example, college tuition, home improvements, vacations, cars, new businesses, etc. Results are not guaranteed in any case. So please, don't spend this money before you get it. Hi everybody, and welcome to the video library of Salenger, Kimmel Bavaro. I'm Jeff Kimmel, managing partner of the firm. We've put together this entire video library to help you, the client, navigate through the sometimes complicated legal system. We know that many lawyers take for granted the fact that the law is complicated, the process is complicated, and the language isn't exactly the type of language that you use every day. So we put together these videos as a great resource for you to better understand what's going on and to be better prepared for what to expect as your case travels through the system. So what am I talking about? What videos have we put together? Well, they're in different groups. The first group of videos were to cover questions that we often get from clients. For example, one video is, what's my case worth? And in that video, we discuss how is a value put on your particular case. Now, every case is different, so the video won't give you the value of your case. What the video will do, it will explain the process that we go through to put a value, to put a monetary number or range on any particular case. So you'll have an insight into what factors and issues go in to valuing your case. What else? Legal fees. Many people are confused by legal fees, especially our fees, which are contingency fees. What does that mean? Well, we have a video to explain that. And in that video, we talk about how the fees are calculated, and we also talk about expenses and disbursements, which are really synonyms. They mean the same thing in our world. And we talk about the expenses and disbursements within the case and how those will also affect the bottom line. The legal fees affect the bottom line for you, and the expenses affect the bottom line. What do I mean? Those are subtracted from the settlement amount. So we explain what legal fees are, what expenses are, what disbursements are, and how those affect the bottom line. There's a whole video on that. What else? We have a whole video devoted to liens. Many people have no idea what a lien is, but liens are common in personal injury cases, and liens affect how much money a client may net. It may affect how much a client takes home at the end of a case. So liens are very, very important. There are different kinds of liens. There are medical liens. There are workers' compensation liens. There are different kinds of liens that we will cover in a video that we did to explain the process. So that's another video. Also, we've created special subject videos that address certain topics that we have seen come up time and time again in specific cases. What do I mean? We have a video on bankruptcy and how that may or may not affect your case. So if you've filed for bankruptcy before your lawsuit, does that necessarily affect my case? It might. What about if you want to file for bankruptcy during the pendency of the case? Will that affect your case? Yes, it will. But how? We explain that in the video. What other topics do we address in this video library? We address divorce. If you've gotten divorced recently before your case before the lawsuit, will that have an impact? Maybe. If you get divorced during the pendency of the case, will that have an impact? Probably. And this video will explain the types of issues that come up with divorce. What else? Cases involving children and infants. We have a video devoted to that. Now, I use the word infants, but the law sees infants as anybody who's under 18. So most people don't think of a 17-year-old as an infant, but the law does. So we have a whole video devoted to the issues and topics that come up relevant to infants' cases, because there are a lot of special rules about children's cases and infants' cases. So we have a video on that. What else? Wrongful death. If somebody should unfortunately pass away from a negligence case, a lot of issues come up under this topic of wrongful death. It's a complete separate cause of action with a lot of different rules and factors and issues that come up that definitely need to be explained. And so we explain the general topics in a video. Now, understand too that these videos are not meant to answer the questions for your specific case. None of these videos can substitute for the lawyers and the teams working on your cases. So you'll always have them to speak with, and they will be speaking with you about these issues as you go through the case. These videos are meant to give you an overview of the issue and you know the language and the jargon that is used, so you'll have a better understanding. What else? We have a whole video devoted to structured settlements. Now, what are those? Structured settlements are something available to personal injury victims when they get money from a case. It's a type of investment that you can make with your settlement money. And there are specific rules that apply to it that are advantageous, specifically tax laws or the tax effect of these structured settlement monies are very advantageous to personal injury victims. There was a law that was passed that gives personal injury victims a chance to use these structured settlements and not have to pay certain taxes. So it's definitely something that we often recommend. It's not something that everybody chooses, but every case is different. So we always discuss it at the end of the case when it's an issue. So this video on structured settlements will help you understand that better. In addition, we have a group of videos that will help you be prepared for things that are going to come up in your trial. For example, depositions, also known as examinations before trials, EBTs. There's a lot of abbreviations going on here, but they're all the same thing. A deposition is when you're questioned under oath about the accident. Now, of course, you're going to be prepared by your lawyer in advance of the deposition. This video, however, will introduce you to the subjects and the topics and the things that will come up general to all depositions, so you have a better idea of the process. Again, not to substitute for your specific case, but just to give you an overview of the process. In addition, we have a video on examinations, physical examinations, also called IMEs. You'll see all these interchangeable terms, but they're essentially examinations, physical examinations of you by a doctor that's been hired by the other side. So the defense firm or the insurance company that's defending the case is allowed to hire a doctor to examine you to make sure that your claims, your injury claims, are valid. And that happens. That's surprising to some people. So, of course, we're going to have a lawyer talk to you about your specific case and the doctor you're going to be seeing, but the video will give you the general concepts relevant to these physical exams, what you can expect, what general tips are to follow, and you know, just so you know and you're better prepared to go to the physical exam. What else? We have a video on trial preparation. Now, not every case goes to trial, but as your case progresses and gets closer to trial, perhaps it would be good to watch a video that's going to tell you, oh, these are the things that are going to happen as your case gets closer to trial. These are the ways that we prepare our clients for trial in general, and we explain what to expect at a trial. Again, in general, especially with a trial, you're going to get specific information from the attorney trying the case in our firm. But this video will give you the overall concepts. In addition, we've devoted a whole section of this library to case-specific videos. What do I mean? We took the different types of cases that we handle, some of them, and made a video about what to expect within that subject. For example, motor vehicle accidents, whether they're car accidents, motorcycle accidents, there are many issues that are specific only to motor vehicle accidents. So we prepared a video to cover a lot of those issues and topics that will come up in your case. What else? Medical malpractice. We have a lot of medical malpractice cases. There are a lot of things that are different about medical malpractice cases compared to any other case. Actually, most things are different in medical malpractice cases from any other case. It's really a type of specialty. And fortunately, we have tremendous experience in medical malpractice cases. So we have a video that explains what types of things are unique to medical malpractice cases, and there are lots of them. So that's a multi-part video. But if you have a medical malpractice case, you should watch that video and get a better understanding of what's going to happen in your case and what types of issues come up in medical malpractice cases. Even the legal fees, those are calculated differently than general cases. So that's a comprehensive video or a couple of videos, the medical malpractice cases. What else? We have premises cases, which are essentially slip and fall cases. So if you trip and fall on a sidewalk or at someone's house, meaning someone's premises, and you have an accident, those are called slip and fall, trip and fall cases. We have a video devoted to that. There are very specific issues that come up only in those kinds of cases. So we prepared a video to give you an overview of the type of issues that we face when we have a slip and fall or a trip and fall case. What else? We have a video on labor law, construction site injury cases. Every construction site is different. Every labor law case is different. There are many, many labor law rules and statutes that come up in these labor law cases. They can get complicated. You need expert testimony in most of them. So we prepared a video that in general covers what topics, what issues will come up if you have a labor law construction site accident case. What else? I mean, there's even a video on dog bite cases because there are issues that are very specific to dog bite cases. So we put one together for you on that. Now, this list is not exhaustive, and we'd love to add more videos. So if you have an idea for a video that applies to your case or any case in general, just let us know. We'd love to prepare videos so long as we know it's helping our clients. We'd love to do it. We are happy to help you through this process. We've made these videos for you, but I want to reiterate, these videos do not take the place of our attorneys and our staff helping you through the process, through your specific issues, through your specific questions that you will have on your case. These videos do not substitute that. So please feel free to contact the attorney on your case, the staff on your case. You could contact me. We're always here. We're here to help you through this process and to make this easy for you. So thanks for watching this video. We made this video and all these videos specifically for you. We look forward to working with you through this process and bringing your case to a resolution as soon as possible. I'm Jeff Kimmel, managing partner of the firm, and I'll see you in the next video. Consider us your family lawyers for all your legal needs. If we can't help you, we'll find someone who can. We have a large network of lawyers who we know and trust. Don't just call anyone. Contact us at 800-675-8556 or visit our website at www.sskblaw.com.